Switch statements in JavaScript allows you to write conditional statements where you have your expression, and depending on the return value of that expression, you can determine which code to run. Now, I have a different video for switch statements which I'm going to link in the video description for you to check out and learn more about. But in this video, I want to simplify a special behavior in switch statements called fall through. I'll be using some examples to explain this behavior, so join me. Here I have a simple switch statement example. Like I said, with switch statements, you have your expression. The expression I'll be using in this very simple example is just 10 minus 5. And then using the switch operator, we can switch through different values of this expression. We have different cases here that represent the values. We have case 2 here, which means if the expression is evaluated to number 2, we execute this code, console log, the answer is 2, and then we run the break keyword, which I'll come back to. We also have case 5, and then we have console log, the answer is 5. And then we have the default case, which means if all the other cases do not match, this case would be executed, and here we have console log, there is no answer. So to quickly test this, I'm going to run this. You see we have the answer is 5 because case 5 matches our expression. If I change this to 8 and I come here and I run this again, we have the answer is 2, which means case 2 is executed. If I change this to 10 minus 4, 10 minus 4 is 6. We don't have a case for that, so the default case would be run, which says there is no answer. I'm going to change this back to 5. Now coming back to the break keyword, you can see that we use the break keyword in case 2 and we use the break keyword in case 5. The relevance of this keyword is to avoid the behavior of switch statements called fall through. Fall through is a special behavior in switch statements where after a case is matched, the remaining cases, whether they match or they do not match, they will also be executed until the switch statement comes across a break keyword. Now let me explain what I mean. I'll come here and I'll remove this break keyword. I'll also remove this break keyword from case 5, and let me also add another case here called case 10, and here I'm going to say console log, the answer is 10. Now I have 4 cases: case 2, case 5, case 10, and the default case. We don't use the break keyword here. Now watch what happens. I'm going to clear this console and I'm going to run this file. Do you see what happens? We have the answer is 5, case 5 is executed. We also have the answer is 10. 10 does not match this expression. This expression is 10 minus 5, which is not 10, but as you can see, this case is also executed. And then we also have there is no answer. Even though there was actually a matched case for our expression, the default case is also run. Now this is the fall through behavior. And what happens in this behavior is that we have our switch statement starting from here. Then we have the first case. The case is case 2. Case 2 does not match our expression, so the switch statement checks the next case. In the next case, we have case 5, which actually matches our expression 10 minus 5. This code is executed. Now, because we do not have a break keyword, the switch statement would continue executing the other cases whether they match the expression or not. And as you can see here, case 10 is executed and the default case is executed. The switch statement is going to continue from this matched case until it finds the break keyword, and if it doesn't find the break keyword, it's just going to execute all the other cases up until the end. Now what if we had a break keyword in this case 10? So there is no break keyword in case 2, there is none in 5, but there is one in 10. Now watch what happens. I'll clear the console again and run this file. You see we have the answer is 5, which means case 5, which is the matched case, is executed, and because we don't have the break keyword, it also goes to case 10, and then we have console log, the answer is 10, and as you can see here, we have the answer is 10. Now because we have a break keyword, this will inform the switch statement to stop, and that is why we do not get to the default case. So now you can see how important the break keyword is. It helps us to avoid the fall through behavior that occurs in switch statements, and that's why when you use switch statements, you should usually use the break keyword. So now we have our break keyword, and then we know that only one case will be executed. The default case here does not need a break keyword, although you can add one if you like, but there is no need because this is the last statement anyways, so there is no case that is going to run after it. But let's say we put the default keyword up here and then I change this to something that doesn't have an answer. So 10 minus 2 is 8 and we don't have a case 8. What happens? Clear the console first. Now you see we have the default case, which is this, and we have there is no answer, but because this does not have the break keyword, case 10, which is the last case, is also run, and then we have the answer is 10. So if you're putting the default case somewhere here, having a break will be important, but since it is at the end, we don't need to have any break. Now I've shown you how to avoid default true behavior, but in some cases, default true behavior can actually be helpful. Let me show you an example. So let's say for case 2, we have console log less than 10. For case 5, we have less than 5. And for case 10, we have equal to 10, and for the default we're just going to have no idea. If we change this back to 5 and we come here and we run no test, you see we have less than 5. No, sorry, this should be less than 10, not less than 5. If I run this again, you see we have less than 10. If I change this to 10 minus 8, which results in 2, if I run this, you see we have less than 10. Now these two cases are similar, and since they are similar, instead of writing them separately, we can group them together by taking advantage of the fall true behavior. How do we do this? In this case 2 here, I can just remove this code. I can remove the break keyword. In this case 5 here, I can leave it the way it is. So we have case 2. We don't have any code that runs here. There is also no break keyword. So it's going to fall through to case 5, and then we'll have less than 10. So if I change this back to 10 minus 5, if I come here and I run this file, you see we have less than 10. This is for case 5. We have the break keyword, so this does not go to the next case. But if I change this to 10 minus 8, which is 2, that means our case 2 will be matched. Now watch what happens. If I run no test again, you can see we still have less than 10, which means when case 2 is matched, because we don't have a break keyword, fall true happens, switch statement continues with the case 5, even though case 5 does not match the expression. It executes it, and then we have console log less than 10. So this console log less than 10 serves case 5 and case 2. So you can see in cases like this, using fall true can be useful because it allows you to group multiple cases together. But if you don't want to group multiple cases together, then always ensure that you have the break keyword. If you don't have it, fall true will happen, and that can cause unexpected behaviors in your applications. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and also turn on notifications for more concepts I'll be simplifying in JavaScript.